What's up, good people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Isaac Insights. Thank you so much for your continuous support. And by the way, good people, I really appreciate the conversation that we have about construction. I think this is one of the critical conversation that we all need to have, because our dream is to ensure that at the end of the day, you know, in life we have three basic needs. That is shelter, food, and cloth. The other ones, like education, it's always basic for our children. That is a basic but for adults we have three basic needs that we need to ensure that we fulfill. Adding the education, it's for our children. We have to provide education for them. But in this channel we are dealing with one basic need called shelter. So I'm very appreciative of your support. I really don't take it for granted, and continue supporting me, those who are supporting. And every one of you, by the way, is supporting. Continue asking questions, and today I'm here to give you a estimated cost of a 2-bedroom house. You know, for me, I always say that if you do everything right, your house is likely to cost you 1.8 million Kenya shillings. That's for a 2-bedroom house. That is up to completion. But if you don't do things right, and at the later stages or each and every stage you will be engaging in repairs, it is a house that will cost you even 3 million Kenya shillings. But that is kama nyumba yako itakuwa na mambo ya repair, you hired someone to do tiling in your house, akafanya vibaya, tena ukabomoa yote, ukafanya upya. Plumber alikuja akafanya ujinga, maji unaweka maji, it's not working. You have again to do away with the entire system to do it afresh. It can cost you even up to 4 million, by the way. We have testimonies of people who will say that I have built my house with 4 million Kenya shillings. But for me, I'm saying that if you have 1.8 million Kenya shillings, it's a good start. You can do a good house. And the reason why I'm saying so is, I will give you a breakdown that if you want to build, that is for a 2-bedroom house, and you want to build from foundation to wall plate, then you need approximately 380 Kenya shillings. I know someone, that is material cost, by the way. That does not involve labor. But for me, I want to give you, for whoever is doubting, this is my approximation. Our house is 10 by 8 meters. That's 80 meters squared. Yes. So what do you need? Cement, you need 80 bags. 80 bags will be good for you. You may have to add like 20, but 80 is good if you get someone who knows how to go with the exact ratio, hakuna kaukora ndani or something. So you will need 80 bags, which will cost you 72,000. Then next, another essential thing that you will need sand. 35 tons are enough, which are approximately 35,000. And it also depends with our area. By the way, when I say 1.8 million, mimi sijaekea mtu bunduki atumie 8 million. You may be coming from those areas where these things are expensive. Like for example, those people in Western Kenya, you will find that buying stones is expensive. But people who are around Maimayu, you are buying your stone for 35 shillings. You see, you have an added advantage. So, for sand, 35,000 is enough. It's a good amount of money to work with. And then stones, you need 1,800 feet. That will be approximately 144,000 for those people in Western Kenya. I understand you can get it with less amount, but you just need to be keen of the kind of stones that you will be using for your house. Don't just go for any stone. Be keen with the kind of stones that you are buying, so that hauziwi mawe fake. You need to buy stones zenye unaweza fanya keying na nyumba yako ikuwe sawa. You know, you have people building with stones. After construction, unaangalia ile mawe, unajiuliza, hii hata nikipiga key nyumba yangu itakaa aje? una decide kufanya plaster. Unaona, but it's always also a choice. And then foundation stones for that house, you need 600 feet. Those are foundation stones, which will cost you approximately 36,000, and I understand we have people who will get them for even 15,000. So it depends with where you will be getting them. For those people in Western Kenya, I know when it comes to stones, hapo ndio huwa tunaimba mambo ya kujenga, but we are saying irregardless, we must just have to work hard ndio tujenge. For me, as I give you this quotation, I have a similar house here, but for me it kinda took a lot of money compared to what one will expect. Mimi lienda juu, it went around for 2.5 and above. The reason being is the plan that I was using, it was for a 3-bedroom house, but I decided to do away with 1 bedroom with the simple reason that in the near future I will be doing a house here, a simple one, which will be, in case my children are grown, they will be using that house as their place. That's according to my reasoning. I feel watoto wakikuwa wakubwa walale, wakuwe na nyumba yao where they can do their studies without interruption, provided you provide security also for girl child. Remember, I am Baba Girls. And then ballast, you need 21 tons will be enough for your foundation. That is blinding, slabbing, and the wall plates. Then DPM you need for that house, you need for a standard 2-bedroom house, you need 2 rolls with some meters, but let's just do 3 rolls, which will be approximately 6,600. Remember, one is going for around 2,000 at the moment, unless things change, because things are changing by the way in the market. Someone who has gone to buy tiles will tell you that they are buying them for 1,500, yet for us we were buying them at 1,100. So things are changing. When it comes to construction, mambo inabadilika sana sana sana. And then another essential thing that you needed to know, maram, you need 21 tons. That will cost you around 12,000. Maram haikuanga expensive vile. 12,000, we have people who will get them for 6,000. So it also depends. Na unajua kuna watu tunaongea hivi na maram iko kwa shamba yao, so you will get that maram for free. Then hoop iron for that house, you need 3 rolls, so that in case it remains, you will use it for your roof also. And please, just an advice, please msitumie wire. If you use these wires to build your houses, hizi fence, hizi wires za fence, hizi za ng'ombe, most fundis, they are advising people to use wires. It's very dangerous, because I know as you watch this video you will put that in mind, but when you reach on ground, your fundi looks at you na anakuhurumia, anasema wewe utawezana na wall pass kweli. At the end of the day unatumia wire, you remain blaming yourself. So please just use wall pass, inasaidia nyumba kutopasuka. And then termites, very necessary, 2,500 will be enough. Then round poles, timber, and yes, round poles and timber, those ones are always used when it comes to lintel, and even making of some curves that you may need in your houses, and also as a ladder. So they are always necessary. For this one, for me, I'm approximating that if you have 10,000 Kenya shillings, you will get those ones, because you just need like 15 poles. When I say poles, ni kama hizi zangu. Mnaona hizi miti zangu venye zimefika hapo. Hiyo sasa ndio size ya zile poles huwa tunatumia. So that one I will give it an approximation of 10,000. Adding together what I've given you, it will give you a total of 377,800. However, I've said 380 as my best approximation, because we may have slight changes on prices. By the way, it can be even 350, depending on where you come from, where you are getting your material. Remember, these are material that will be used, not labor. And you are the one who will be buying those materials. Please, I always advise that it's good for client to buy materials. If client is not buying material and maybe you are being helped by your fundi, ensure that you get someone who is legit, at least to help you get those materials. And we have tricks that I will be also making a video just to inform people about them. So with 380,000 you will have the material to build your house from foundation to wall plate. Good people, when we say that, I would like you to understand one thing. That is material cost. What about labor cost from foundation to wall plate? Good amount for a 3-bedroom house, it's always labor cost from foundation to wall plate. Good amount is always between 380 and 380 and sorry, what am I saying? Sorry for that. From foundation to wall plate for a 3-bedroom house, the price is supposed to range from 80,000 to 100,000. Inachezea hapo. However, the price is likely to change depending on on your bargaining power, your terrain. By the way, if your foundation is steep, lazima ujue kazi itakuwa pale mingi na you may need more money, I mean, to compensate the workers. By the way, when you see that you are paying someone 100,000, please always look at it as this person has a team that he is paying on daily basis. So usiangalie ni kama yeye ndiye amechukua hiyo pesa peke yake. Right, all right. That's 380,000. I have said you add 80, we will be at 460,000. We will go with 80,000 because I know with 80,000, by the way, you can get, you will build that house from foundation to wall plate. And please, I will insist, always ensure that the fundis that you hire gives you the best. If they will not follow construction practice, that is building practice in Kenya, in most cases when utaenda hasara, you will have to start again doing corrections, na wewe unaumia mwisho wa siku. Another essential thing that you need to have, ensure you have a plan so that you don't keep on repeating and making changes. Yes, I understand we always make changes while on ground, because sometimes we reach on ground, we look at the size of your architect provided rooms, unaona ni tudogo sana, so tuna adjust kidogo. Then next, for roofing for this house, so I have said 460, that is you have your labor. And please, I always encourage people that you need to add, we have transportation costs, we have water, we need water for your house, we need, you need a transaction cost, by the way, you need them. You add all that together, I always say give it a miscellaneous of 200,000. So for our amount, we are saying that if you have 660,000, or let's say 700,000, you will build your house from foundation to wall plate without any problem. Now let's go to roofing. Again, I will give you the material that are the best estimation, so that mnaelewa isikuwe ni kama nawapea wrong estimation. For material cost, you will need 210,000 for that house. That's a house that has 60 iron sheets. So iron sheets 60 pieces, going with the 1850 that is currently in the market for MRM. Because if you are building, by the way, if you are building a permanent house, enda to MRM than or mimi nilienda Royal, lakini I'm advising you go for MRM. It's one of the best companies. So iron sheets 60 pieces, 3 meters each, you will need 111,000 will be enough. Ridges, you need 35 pieces, that is 24,500. And I have attached a kind of a house that we are talking about in this case, so you are seeing the house that we are talking about. So when I say those ridges, you can see how they are. Then plain sheets 15 meters will be enough, that will cost you 12,000. And then roofing nails will need 15 kgs for 3750. Rubber washers 15 packets 1500. And then we have timber. For most cases, I always advise that those people in villages, those people building in villages, just buy a tree. It will make it cheaper. It will even move from that 211 to around 180, because we will have saved a lot. So timber frame 4x2, you need 1,000 feet, which will cost you around 30,000 if you are going in timber yard. And then 3x2, you'll need 800 feet, which will cost you 10,000. Fisher board, you will need 200 feet. So remember, fisher board are always essential when we are doing roofing, because if you fail to provide fisher board during that time, there is possibility that if you in future when you want to fix them, utaombwa extra labor. But if you provide them on time, huwa zinakuwa ni part of the labor, by the way. And then ordinary nails, you need 6 inches, you need 5 kgs for 1,000 shillings. Then 5 inches for 10 kgs, 2,000 shillings. 4 inches, 10 kgs, 2,000 shillings. 3 inches, 5 kgs, 1,000 shillings. 2 inches, 5 kgs, 1,000 shillings. And then emulsion paint, you need 4 liters and your package on yao. So the total for our iron sheets in this case is coming to 210,000. However, if you will be buying trees and then you get it on a cheaper price, you will have saved something. That is the cost of the material that you will want for a 2-bedroom house. Are we together? Please, I've not said that is the cost of roofing. That is the cost of the material. Now, what is the labor for that house? What I understand and what I have for ordinary iron sheets or box profile, if you call Ken, most likely he will charge you 30,000. That one is because they are ordinary, and if they are the other ones around 40 or 45,000, that is always the cost for a 2-bedroom house. That is the price range, but that is it. So 30,000 plus 210,000, you will find that we are going for 30 plus 210, we are going for 240. Please add the transport cost. So 250 Kenya shillings, you will have done your roof. 250,000 Kenya shillings will have done your roof. And then on this other side, we said we added miscellaneous, ikuje tu ikuje 660,000. So 660,000 plus 250, unaona hapo tunakuja na inakuwa 900 and what. Let me just add mbio mbio ndio nisiwadanganye pia, nisiwaambie wrong calculation. 250,000 plus 660,000, that is 910,000. So with 910,000, you will have built your house from foundation to wall plate. Now let's go for windows. For windows for a 3-bedroom house, the best approximation is always around 80,000 and 100,000. It depends with the kind of windows, by the way, that you are making. I always advise, kama stima iko kwenu kama sisi, unaona sisi tuko na stima, you can buy material, fundi akuja afanyie site, so that you can also see what you are doing. Ukinunua material mwenyewe, hiyo 100,000 hata ikiisha uonange kama umeibiwa, because wewe ndio umenunua hizo chuma, fundi amekucharge tu labor na anakufanyia kazi mzuri at the comfort of your home. So if we will say 100 for easy calculation, but let's go with 80, meaning with 990 your house iko na madirisha, iko na milango. Now you can see 1 million will be doing that house from foundation to wall plate, and you can all see I've given you the breakdown. And the house we are talking about ni nyumba kubwa kama hii yangu, by the way, ni nyumba kubwa kama hii yangu, though this one is iko kubwa kidogo, because the number of iron sheets that I used on this house, it's a total of 72 iron sheets. That's why I said its quotation is somehow different, kwa sababu I was targeting a 3-bedroom, nikafika mahali nikaona there is no need ati nifinya sitting room, ati nikuwe na 3-bedroom. Na this is the land of Mlembe, where people always like coming home, wanakuja nyumbani. Wageni wakikuja, tuko na sitting room ya kutosha. Maybe I wish I could have shown you, but there is sijapanga hiyo nyumba. Mnaelewa kuwa mwanaume nyumbani. So with 1 million Kenya shillings, you will have built your house up to roofing. Are we together? Then you have to enter, you have to start this stage of plastering. You also need to do plastering of that house. The plastering of that house, you will need also approximately, you will need 80 bags for cement, that is 72,000, and then you will need sand. Also, you will need a sand costing you around 30,000 by the way. Na mawe najua itakuwa imebaki kidogo kidogo ya kufanya ile kuziba, kufanya nini. So plastering cost, I will say 72,000 plus 100 plus labor cost around 80. Yes, around 80,000 for a 2-bedroom house. That will be 180 na uongeze pia transaction kidogo. So you will find yourself that with 250 you have with 300,000, that is after doing the initial plumbing, kununua frames, 300,000 itakuwa imekufanyia hiyo nyumba plaster successfully, madirisha zimekuwa fitted, frames ziko ndani, 300,000. Now what next? From there you go to finishing of a 2-bedroom house. You do the skimming, rangi, alafu let me just give you an approximate. This one is just an approximate. For rangi for that house, both inside and outside, it's supposed to consume your 250,000. That is if it's done well, imefanyika vizuri. And then ceiling, it's supposed to eat your, depending also, if you're going with gypsum, just expect to be on a higher side. But if it's boards, 70, 80 will be okay, by the way. 70, 80 will be okay. So you can see with ceiling, rangi na nini na tiles. So rangi, tiles, doing the fitting, I'm sure your 600,000 will be down. So depending on how you buy those material, that is what will determine whether you are remaining with something or not. But what I'm sure is, as I started the video, I said 1.8 million for a 3-bedroom house. But you can see with our 1 million, we do plastering, 350 gone, and then we do the 600, it's also another 9. So instead of 1.8 will be favorable for those people who have quarries at around their places, so that in a way that construction material iko chini kidogo, kama kununua simiti kuna wale. But hizo nazo niligundua, by the way, ni kudanganywa tu, tunadanganywa. You go to Mombasa, you come to Western, simiti kama ni Simba, price inacheza yanga to almost the same. But we have places where you can save. But also, as you plan to save, according to our calculation, we are all agreeing that 2 million will be enough, not 1.8. Just to clarify this as we end our video, 2 million will do your 2-bedroom house. If you are going gypsum way, unaweza ingia 2.2 or 2.3. If you are using this kind of iron sheets, utaingia 2.5. If you are using rough and tough outside like me, mimi nilitumia rough and tough. Unajua rough and tough ndo moja ni 5,000. For a house like this one, you need 16 buckets. Na moja ni 5. Kwanza si 5,000. For me, I was buying 6,000 because it is in rural areas. But naelewa wale wako town wananunua at a cheaper price, ile ya 5,500 around there. So you can see those costs depend also on a number of factors, what you want, ile kitu wewe unataka, ile kitu inakuvutia, and all those. But we are agreeing that for just a simple 2-bedroom, let us not call it a simple 2-bedroom, a classic 2-bedroom house with normal iron sheets, 2 million Kenya shillings will do it. Na it is also likely to go overboard depending on a number of factors. But we must also agree that it can go as low as 1.8 depending also on a number of factors. For example, for our miscellaneous, I added 200,000. And maybe for you have your own transport, but even if it's your own transport, unaweka mafuta, unafanya nini? So all those in one basket, we are agreeing 2 million for our 1.8 is on safe side, but considering the miscellaneous, 2 million is on a safer side. Considering the kind of iron sheets that we will be choosing, the kind of ceiling that we will be choosing, 2.5 is okay. Good people, that is good estimation of our house. And this is a 2-bedroom house. A 2-bedroom house has its floor like this. If it's a simple house yenye kona marooms, it's a different case. Good people, I say thank you so much. Mungu awabariki. Mungu awabariki familia zenu. I understand kuna watu watakuwa na doubt kidogo, but the reason why we are at 2 million, nimeangalia zile machoo, kona choo mbili kwa nyumba, 18,000 each, and then all those costs, the lighting, electricity and everything. 2.2 gone. 2 million gone, I mean. Good people, up to there I say thank you so much. Mungu awabariki. Mungu awabariki familia zenu as you prepare to build a house. Please keep following Isaac Insights. I will be giving you different insights on construction just to inform you that we can all do this. And it's my dream that at least each and every one of us here mnapata kujenga kanyumba nyumbani, hata kama ni semi permanent. We always say tunaanza na semi permanent. For me, I once gave you my story, and just to finalize this video, I'll tell you that I have a dream of building a mansion one day, one time. It may not take long, by the way. It may be in 5 or 10 years. Lakini tulianzia hapa. Yes, initially tulikuwa na nyumba ndogo, tumejenga hii, tunaendelea kuangalia mbele. So maybe your financial also status is not good. You can start with a beautiful semi-permanent, then go to permanent, going into future, venye God ana bless. Unashukuru, tunashukuru, tunamshukuru sana. Good people, I say thank you so much. Mungu awabariki. Mungu awabariki familia zenu.